now let's look into the various types of normalization and with an example. So the first one is decimal scaling. So it's pretty straightforward. It normalizes, the decimal scaling method normalizes by moving the decimal point of values of the data. That's it. That's why it's called as decimal scaling. Again, I'm repeating, decimal scaling method normalizes by moving the decimal point of values of the data. To normalize, the data by this technique, we divide each value of the data by the maximum absolute value of the data. So we will take a maximum absolute value of data. So the data value vi of the data is normalized to the vi apostrophe by using this formula. So this is what we do. So here you can see the smallest integer such that maximum of v of I, this one should not be lesser than this vi apostrophe should never be lesser than 1. That's what the main condition. But let's take one example to have a clear-cut understanding. So I'm gonna say decimal scaling. Is it fine for you? Decimal scaling method for normalization. Decimal scaling method for normalization. Yep. Let's take the input is equal to minus 10, 201, 301, minus 401, and 501, 601, and 701. This is what our input. Now the step 1 to convert into a decimal scaling, to normalize the data using decimal scaling, the step 1 is to find the maximum absolute value in given data. Find the maximum absolute value in given data. So obviously input, absolute of input max is equal to I need to apply a for loop. For I in input and x is equal to absolute of I, and then print x. And if you see that the maximum value is 701 here. So for me, the maximum value for input is 701. So max is equal to 701. Next, step 2, divide the given data by 1000, because as it's closer to the 1000, I'm gonna go for the 1000. J, let me take a j. Step 2 is equal to divide the data by tens of j, 10th to the power of j. So in this case, I'm gonna take j as 3. So for me, then 10, so now y is equal to, so sorry, v, let me see the formula here. Yep, 10 power j. So the divisor, so the divisor is equal to 10 to the power of j. So this is what is our divisor. So now it's pretty simple. You have to divide everything with this and you will get the final result. So now step 3, divide, apply the formula. Apply the formula. So let me take normalized data is equal to, and for I in, and this one for us here is input, and let me check x is equal to I divided by divisor, and then take the normalized data and append, sorry, append x every time, and then once it's done, print normalized data. And here is your normalized data. That's it. This is what we call as decimal normalizing. Clear? So we brought down to this scale and you can use this now.